Hello, beautiful soul. So I wanted to bring out a few cards for you, and they were just jumping right out of my deck. So I had to come on here and share this with you since it seemed like the perfect timing. If you're new here, I'm Crystal B. I am an earth medicine woman, a grounded mystic, and a channel for divine light. And I am just dying to share some messages with you. Your spirit wanted to get some things through. This is a place of the web where we hold both the sacred and the messy together. And we find that it's very important to embody our light. It is where our spirituality gets to be human as fuck. And so that's how we do it around here. So if that resonates, you've definitely found yourself in the right place. So to begin, I wanted to share with you the first card that popped out of the deck was Tell Your Story. So Spirit is definitely trying to get the message to you that it's time to bring your light out into the world. And a lot of us are actually being called to this right now. And it's why I'm kind of bringing my presence more out here, because it's time to share our gifts. We've been in our hermit phase for a long time, right? You've been in your hermit phase for a long time, honing yourself, doing your deep inner work, and it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. And now it's time to share what you've learned, to take the lessons that you've gleaned and that you have, oh wow, a whole bunch popped out together, and it's time to share all of those with the greater collective. The second card that came out, I'm going to save this one just popped out, but I'm going to put it on the side real quick. The second one that came out right after Tell Your Story, I was just going to journal and channel write, like just free write when I got these messages for the collective, but it really it called for me to just hop on here and share. So I felt like I had to do that. But the second card was Remember Who You Are. Remember who you are. And what's so really sticking out to me here is the moon. We just had a new moon in Taurus. And so I pray that you guys have set your intentions for the next 6 months. Where we will meet up with the full moon in Taurus, which generally means that it takes that time, right, for our manifestations to come into fruition a lot of times. And so to be patient with ourselves, but it's time to tell your story. It's time to tell your story. It's time for you to remember who you are. And that's what this whole 3D experience is about, right? We come into this earthly realm and we put a veil over our eyes, and we come in and we play a game. We play a really fun game where it's not so fun sometimes, so don't get me wrong, but we play a game where we put a veil over our eyes so we forget who we are. And our whole journey takes us into meeting this person, meeting that person, going into this scenario, going into that scenario, going through a bunch of different dualities and polarities of joy and anguish, those opposite sides of the spectrum. And throughout this journey, we come into actual true remembrance of who we are. So it's time to remember who you are. It's time to get out here and tell your story, share your story, figure out what offering you want to bring out into the world. If you've been feeling a little bit nervous about it, this next card was to be tender with yourself. There's no need to rush this process. You haven't been rushing. You've been taking this time on your own and taking care of what really matters is what doing the inner work, because we can't have in the outer reality, we only get in our external 3D materialized reality what we are on the inside, right? And so something about you knew that, and so you went in and you did your deep work within, and now it's time to bring yourself out there. And as you bring yourself out there, Spirit has got you. I've got a very deep message in my heart that Spirit has got you, that it's time to, and just as I looked at that, as I said, Spirit has got you, I saw it was 444. very cool on the time. And yeah, Spirit has got you. Spirit is saying it's time to bring yourself out into the world. So proud of you. You're completely supported. I'm getting in my heart space here a little bit of pressure. And so maybe you're feeling a little bit of pressure. Maybe that sounds like a tall order. Again, they're showing me this card, a koala with the woman lying down, to be tender with yourself, go slow. There's no need to rush. Yeah, have tenderness in your heart for that space within you that feels a little bit of nervous about putting your face out here. But create content. You know, we have these platforms now where those of us who have the light within us and the shadow and the integrated shadow, I don't want to be one of these all love and light, because yes, love and light is amazing, but we also have shadow to integrate, right? And then our beautiful ways, yeah, which is bringing up the owl with the shadow. And as I bring up the shadow, the owl medicine pops up, which this card is saying, heed your wisdom. So it's saying, yeah, you're wise. You have been taking the time to truly reflect and not just be a victim in this world, which is not fun, but very easy to do in the world that we live in. But it's time to heed your wisdom. Heed your wisdom. Be gentle with yourself. Remember who you are, and get out there and tell your story. So that's the message today. Maybe I'll see, maybe Spirit can give me just one more. Spirit, give me one more for the collective here. Unless you don't have anything. Unless we've got the message across. And it looks like Spirit is, I'll just take that one. All right, reclaim your soul skin. Just like remember who you are, reclaim your soul skin is much like a very similar message. And to, you know, in this story of the soul skin, this beautiful woman every night was turned into a seal, but she was, well, she has a soul skin. She was, shit. Bah! Okay, so she goes out, mermen capture her, humanoids capture her, they turn her into, they keep her on the land, but she wants to go back out into the sea. And so for her to return to her soul skin, she has to remember who she is, that she is part seal and part woman, and she belongs to the sea. So yeah, that got me tied up a bit, but anyways, so that was fun. Maybe that's why Spirit was just like, close it out, Crystal. We don't want you to embarrass yourself. But it is what it is. We're human as fuck around here, messy, right? So do that. Remember who you are. Get out there. Be tender with yourself. Heed your wisdom. You're a brilliant, beautiful soul. And you get out there and shine like you're supposed to. Tell your story. That's all you got to do. Just tell your story. The rest will take care of itself. Just put yourself out there. All right, awesome. Well, if you want to work with me one-on-one, visit my website, crystalbealchemy.com. I've got some other offerings on there. I've got a workshop on symbolism, Whispers of the Soul workshop. We're going to go over symbolism and the messages that Mama Gaia and the Great Spirit are trying to send you through Earth Medicine messages. And yeah, beautiful God's creation is talking to you all the time. And so do you have eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart that's open to receive? If you want to learn more about that, just check out my website. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys really soon. Okay? See you. See ya.